Hi, I'm Joanna Schilling, and welcome to Cypress College and the 2018 Strategic Conversations. This year, our topic is guided pathways. So what is the guided pathway approach? Put very simply, it's much like a GPS system. So just like you put your quadrants into your phone and you find your destination, but there may be more than one way to get to your destination. Same thing with guided pathways. So what our hope is that we can help to streamline the process for students and the confusion for students so that we can get them into their meta major, and that their meta major would allow them to do some experimenting and help focus them on the major that they really want to focus on. There are many different ways that a student can approach this, but our hope today is to hear from some students and get some ideas of how we can help our students focus their direction and find the path in the most efficient way.
I decided to go to college because I felt I was ready. I took a 13-year gap from graduating high school to raise my family. Pursuing a higher education is very important, especially in underserved communities and groups of minority. Representation really matters, and it's really important for my children to be witnesses in my journey.
When I came to this country, I came as an electrical engineer, but due to the fact that I didn't speak any English at all, I went to work for Disneyland Hotel as a dishwasher. And the only way, to do it in this country many times, is to get your degree so you can have better opportunities in this country.
I really can't imagine my life right now if I wasn't attending Fullerton College. With the variety of courses, with all the resources offered at the school, for me personally, the Disability Support Services Office was instrumental in getting my materials translated into alternate media. For me, that was electronic text.
Teachers and counselors have always been the best people to go for advice. They were very instrumental in advising me which path to take, how to be more successful.
I spent a lot of time with the EOPS department because they organize all the UC field trip. I really like it because I can discover all the school, all the university.
EOPS has support, one-on-one counseling, they have scholarships available, textbook loans, they help you financially.
My biggest challenge is my communication skill. I couldn't communicate with anyone.
Some of that terminology used when they talk to you about your major or the classes that you're going to be taking. They talk to you about AA, then you're going to be transferred to university for your BA. I didn't know all of those terms.
I wasn't even aware of a tenth of what was going on in terms of student clubs and different opportunities like how to get involved in AS.
As a first-generation student, I find it very difficult navigating the first year in school. And a lot of times I felt often misguided by counselors because they said, oh, just give it time. You don't need to have this planned out right now. And I felt that was very discouraging because not every person is that way. Some people like to know what they're doing in the next semester or in the next year. For me personally, I needed it all planned out because I just felt that at my age, I didn't have time to waste.
I like the idea that the professors would be better equipped than they are now. To not replace counselors, of course, but to be better informed about all the elements that it takes for a student to get through college and to kind of for us to have better answers about all the various kind of support that's on campus.
A lot of people might want to just go to college for the sake of going to college, but then after that, what are they going to do with their degree they might not know? In trying to choose a major, you actually have to know what the student is actually interested in too. If you don't know what the student is interested in, you're just going to try to tell them, oh, well, this job outlook looks pretty good, but they hate it. Would they want to actually stay? I don't think they actually would. So you want to do something that's like employable, but still, relatable to the person's own interests, something that they can actually, take to their heart.
There's sort of an immediate connotation with a lot of majors. Like if someone is a psychology major, you automatically think that person's going to be a psychologist when you can do a lot of things with a psychology major, but I think a lot of people just don't realize exactly how many career paths are open to each area of study.
I'd love to see an outreach program that targets 12 to 14-year-olds, maybe even a little bit younger, and exposes them to different types of program and disciplines, plants a seed.
The typical community college student is a atypical college student. We get all types, and it can go anywhere from a hyper-prepared haired 18-year-old right out of high school to someone in their 40s coming back. I've had homeless students. I have students who are worried about getting deported.
The reality of the students that come to NOCE are immigrants who are usually on just survival mode. To them, providing for their families takes priority over continuing with their education.
Unfortunately, if you can't afford college and there's no financial aid available for you, you won't be able to finish your degree. And that's especially true for students that are undocumented or even have DACA.
What's good about what we do right now is that flexibility, and I'm hoping we can get a pathways model where there's still a flexibility for students and there's a lot of support for students.
What our students need is empathy and understanding. In the mentorship program, one of the goals is to create connections between students that went through NOCE and made a successful transfer at Fullerton College. Having somebody that understands them really breaks a lot of their barriers, where they are more open to asking questions. I think guiding them, teaching them about the resources, but at the same time giving them the skills to be independent learners.
I can relate to the needs of the students because I went through the same thing. I tell them that if I was able to make it, they will be able to make it.
I want to make sure that the students that I meet know they have somebody on campus that they can go to if they have a question or they just need that extra bit of help.
And being in the academic environment is what it's all about. Driving around the campus, I'm everywhere, kind of keeping an eye open for people who look like they might need some assistance, giving them a ride, listening to them. Just every day there are endless opportunities from the time I get here to the time I go home, and I can't think of a better place to be.
I loved going to Fullerton College as a student. For me, it was a place that was intellectually rich. It's a real honor to kind of teach at Fullerton College now. I relied upon relationships with professors, and so that's something I try to kind of pay forward, and I feel like there's a lot of mentoring opportunities there if you just kind of make space for it and make it a priority. I love that we have this opportunity as a district, as a campus, to kind of think about new ways to serve our students better. I have apprehensions about what it could end up looking like, but I also have a lot of excitement about where the possibilities might be to really improve that experience.